It's Marina. When you've had narcissistic abuse, you get used to giving a lot to that person. You get used to doing a lot for that person because their problems become your problems. Their feelings become your feelings to caretake. You end up literally walking on eggshells around them. And it takes a lot of energy away from you when you're around these people. When you've been around these people for a long time, like in your family of origin, you get very used to your energy billowing out and just leaving you. And that becomes your norm. And so in narcissistic relationships, your energy is just going out one way. It never comes back to you. It's always going to them, and they're always taking it and taking it and taking it, which is why it's extremely exhausting to be around these abusive people. When we've grown up with that experience, we begin to spend our energy in the outside world. We live away from ourselves. So long after we've left the narcissistic abuse behind, and now we're in the world, and maybe we're building businesses, right? Or we're on the career ladder, or we've got these dreams, or we're creating projects, products, creating art, we're creating clothing, whatever we're doing, right? It might be that you're having children, right? All these beautiful creations that you're creating and your dreams and what you want. We don't pour all of our energy into our dreams because part of us is still used to pouring our energy into the people around us, but like over pouring our energy into the people around us to the point where we are really, really overgiving. And because we're used to overgiving and under receiving, we think that's normal. And I see this a lot where so many people that have had narcissistic abuse, you're literally the brightest bulb in the room, right? Narcissists will always go after the brightest bulb in the room, whether you were a kid or whether it was an adult, because they want your energy. You've got the most energy. And what's really interesting to me, and I see this a lot with my clients, is they're the most talented. They're actually the real leaders on our planet, but they're so used to giving away their energy or letting their energy leak out to people, thinking about people a lot, worrying about people a lot, worrying about what they said, right? Do you ever worry about what you said when you walk away from a relationship or an interaction, thinking, oh God, I hope they still like me after this, and I hope they're not hurt by me, or I hope I didn't say the wrong thing, or whatever it is. But like when you've had narc abuse, it's like over the top. I know people do this, but when you've had narc abuse, it's like way more. You're constantly draining yourself. You are constantly pedaling hard for people, trying to overgive, overdo all of that stuff. You end up not doing your dreams as quickly because, quite frankly, you just have less energy. And I'm seeing a lot of very talented people right now who need to be the guides, they need to be the leaders, they need to be out there with their amazing gifts. And if this is you, I'm talking to you. But if you're still thinking too much about relationships and getting sucked in, or the drama of it, or the thinking of it, or the worrying about it, whatever, you're not going to have enough energy for your dreams. And I see so many people just continuing to not do what they came here to do because they're so used to not having the energy. So even though the narc's not around anymore, they're still billowing out the same level of energy that they used to, but this time it's on people, well-meaning people, or maybe it's on, their animals, their pets, but not actually on genuinely their dreams. And so if this is you and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I have big dreams. And when it comes to it, I don't do them. I procrastinate, I hold back. I whatever the reason is, I'm not fully going for it. If this is you, you are just used to your energy leaving you. But if you can start to have boundaries within yourself, and the boundary might sound like if it were me, right? I might say to myself, We're not doing that, Marina. I love you, but also no, we're not doing that. We're going to get up and we're going to do X. I start to have boundaries with myself. I start to manage my energy so much better. And I stop it. I stop myself spending my energy out on people and things that are not in alignment with me, right? I think that one of the biggest issues with having narcissistic abuse is the energy, is learning how to direct your attention, your focus, your intention, your desires, like an arrow, to what you want. And in that way, you start to really harness that energy. And instead of it constantly leaking out to people, you get to use it for your sole purpose. I love you. Thank you for listening. I hope this really helps.